Hello friends, in our last video we have discussed that expecting science to prove the God is an unreasonable expectation. Rather, we should know God through reasoning, through study of Quran or scriptures, through observing the signs of God, through thinking over what does God want from us, and there are some other means of knowing God. There is no need to look for a scientific proof of God. Today we will discuss Welcome to Quran for Humanity. Here we discuss various topics about the Quran. Today we will discuss knowing God through reasoning and role of our heart in that process. Welcome to Quran for Humanity channel. Here we discuss complex questions of the life in light of Quran and Islam. All praise belongs to Allah, the most compassionate and the most high. And may peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad, his family and his companions. Our hearts hold a center stage in knowing God. But this profound and crucial aspect of our heart is mostly neglected. Our hearts has amazing capacity to see the things with a different perspective, but very few people pay attention to it. Our heart is not only a center of emotions, but it is a center of reflection and understanding. Therefore, our heart can play a central role, an important role in knowing God. Our inner compass, our true feelings are lying in the hearts. And by looking at them or exploring them, our hearts can guide us to something divine, something spiritual, and to a higher power. It can open the doors of understanding for us. Through our senses and our minds, our intellectual, we acquire the information about the world, of the world around us. But through diving deeper into our hearts, we can unearth the knowledge of God, the knowledge of Allah. It is already there in our hearts in a dormant position. We need to look at it and make efforts to activate it. Our heart holds a central position in knowing God, but we need to make efforts to activate it. We need to reflect. We need to ponder. We need to take out some quiet time and think over the events and the affairs of our life and the things happening around us. Think, is this all being without purpose? Is this all meaningless? Are these just the events of change happening around us for no reason? What is the purpose? What is the meaning of all that happens around us? We need to take time, we need to think, and we need to ponder, we need to reflect. We need to observe the complexity, the mechanism, the perfection, the beauty of all the things around us, of all the universe, and of all the organs within us. And this observation, this reflection will lead us to recognition of an higher power, of an higher authority, or a creator. We need to pay attention to our own self, our inner core, our conscience. And this can make us to realize the presence of something divine, something spiritual. The more we can connect to our heart, the more we can reflect, the more we ponder over the things around us, we can feel the presence, we can experience the presence of a higher purpose, higher authority. But to receive this guidance, our heart needs to be open, it needs to be receptive, it needs to be humble, full of humility and politeness, and free of arrogance. We have to let go our selfishness, our arrogance. We have to let go our pride. Our heart can become hard or closed because of our pride, our arrogance, our greed, our love for the world. We need to remove all these things from our heart. Then our heart can become receptive of the divine guidance. So our heart plays a central role. It has a capacity to connect us with the higher power, with the God. We must purify our hearts through introspection, through forgiveness, and through understanding. We require constant nurturing of our heart as we take care of our body constantly. Regardless of our background, our belief system, our upbringing, our heart has a capacity to recognize the truth, to connect with the truth. So every one of us should make effort to look deeper into our heart. Along with our hearts, there are some other means to know the God, and the first among them is the Quran. By reading the verses of the Quran, by pondering over the verses of the Quran, we can come to know, we can come to make sense of the things around us. So we will discuss few of the verses from the Quran. First verse is from chapter number 30, verse number 30. It says, adhere to the fitra, means natural way of Allah upon which He has created all people. The whole thing we discuss above is based on this verse, because God has created with us the pure nature, and His knowledge of God is already instilled within our hearts. Another verse, these are verse number 7 and 8 from chapter number 91. The verses are like this. And by the soul and the one who fashioned it, then with the knowledge of right and wrong inspired it. The God says here, the God has put the soul within us, which has a divine aspect, which has a divine component. And God already inspired us with the knowledge of right and wrong. That's the reason we need to ponder, we need to observe. Hope you have liked this discussion. We have come to the end of today's discussion with this. We will bring you more discussion about the same point. So keep visiting us. And if you have not subscribed to our channel so far, please subscribe and press the bell sign so that you get notification for all our new videos. If you have any question about the Islam or the Quran, do mention those questions in the comments below. We will try to answer as many of them as possible. If you want to read the Quran yourself, you may download it from QuranForHumanity.org. We have got more than 100 translations of the Quran in different languages. May guidance and peace be upon entire humanity.